Hey, it's me again, Jefferson. Favorite podcaster, now turned YouTube guy. So, if any of you actually listen to my show, like I think some of you do, um, you'll know that the last episode was a little less than stellar, because it was essentially just me listening to jazz the whole time while it was going on through the speakers of my computer while I was talking over it, pretending like I was podcasting, and it just so happened that it was recording, and it just so happened that I uploaded it and posted it onto the blog. So, yeah. Um, I'm not taking that down. Neither is Amdu. So it's all good. If you actually did listen to the show, then you'd already know my opinions on what I'm going to talk about. It's called a show from last season called 30 Sai no Hoken. I can't remember the Japanese because I suck, but yeah, 30-year-old virgin. Or that's what we call it. It's actually called Health and Physical Education for 30-year-olds. And it's pretty show. It has a couple of funny gags here and there, like the 80-year-old virgin, and a lot of funny little allusions and gags to my favorite shows like Gundam and Fist of the North Star and stuff like that. But beyond like the few funny gags, it doesn't really have much to appeal to me. Pretty show. Nothing but gags, so I guess I probably wouldn't have been interested in the first place. So yeah, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't particularly good either. The premise is that there's a guy and he's 30 and he hasn't had the sex yet. So the sex gods come and teach him how to have sex. And his misadventures with sex, or attempting to have the sex, is supposed to be guide for the rest of us. The rest of us 30-year-old virgins, or 19-year-old virgins. Like everybody on the Anime Guru podcast. And, yeah. It's a strange little show. Doesn't particularly look good. Isn't particularly well animated. But I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to say that it's a moe show, which is something that we really hate at the Anime Guru podcast. We really don't like moe. But it's not moe because the characters in this show are 30. While they're not exactly like coming of age, and they are late bloomers, as they say, they're not like 16, 14. They're not budding adolescents, which is what they consider moe. And they're not necessarily the kind of characters who you just gotta protect. Now, they're not particularly interesting either, but I will say that it is kind of interesting to see the characters interact. And I will say that what its strength is that the episodes are only like 12 minutes long. So, being short actually helped it. And I know that there were a lot of gags that I did not appreciate, like all the loli and Shota gags. I don't particularly go for those jokes, don't think they're particularly hilarious or anything. But, I mean, beyond those, like, complaints, it's kind of I'll say that the ending was pretty good, though. I did appreciate the ending. And that was a pretty cute way to go, and a pretty nice way to go, too. But, yeah, beyond that, I suppose it's short length and pretty good ending, an alright premise, and maybe occasionally funny gags here and there. Just kind of So, can I really suggest it to you guys? Not really. Can I suggest that you listen to my podcast? Not the last episode, but I really suggest that I do want you guys to listen to my podcast, which I'll probably post a link to eventually. And maybe I even get my co-host to do something on here. Maybe, maybe not. Don't count your chickens on it. Whatever. Anyways, till next time, YouTube. Illuminati.